All right, y'all boys, was good.
What's going on? What's going on?
All right. So starting off this podcast, let's see what we got on the agenda. Y'all. Let me see if I can find this. I can't find it. Cool.
Organized.
Nah, bro, because we had so many. Okay, let's get it. All right. Okay. So since this is preseason and we doing just a little speculating, who y'all think is going to win the MVP? Like, who realistically has a chance? You know, the other things that go into it is more than just scoring. You also got to win the games. You got to have enough games won, or at least be on a struggling team that's doing all right. My pick personally is Anthony Davis. Why you making that face, Phil?
Because, man, somebody got music in the background, bro, and I'm, like, confused. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, what does it sound like?
It sounds like some, I'm like, what, bro? What is this? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, not gonna lie. I do hear that, too.
Calvin, is that you?
Nah.
Alan, what are you doing, man?
That's me. You can say it.
Dang, Alan over here messing up. Minute. Look, the first 5 minutes, Alan's already messing up now. Come on, man. Come on, Alan, you better than this. You a college graduate, bro. But look, me personally, I think it's gonna be the race for MVP is gonna be between two people. Me personally, LeBron, Anthony Davis.
No.
Those are the two people.
No.
Who else?
No. I got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then I also have.
Wait, you say Giannis instead of Giannis?
Yeah. Oh man, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I get that mixed up all the time. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I got him going for it this year.
Okay.
He's got a chip on his shoulder this year, so.
I can definitely see that though. I really can. Like that should have came to mind automatically, especially how he started out the year last year. But it didn't for some reason. But now since you like put it out there, I'm like, that's a solid pick, yo. That's a real solid pick. What about you, Calvin?
So, like, the thing is, I feel like MVP is like award that goes to like the best player on the best team, and I don't think Milwaukee's it. I'd probably go. You know what? I'm gonna say like Harden's gonna get it again. I don't know.
No way.
Why not? Why not?
Like,
bro, you know how hard it is to be a repeat offender? You know how hard it is to win twice? Like, do you know what Steph Curry had to do? I don't think he should have got that second one back to back, but that's just me. I'm a hater. But, you know how hard it is? Like, wasn't that his 50, 40, 90 season with almost averaging like 30 points? Like, he had to go off.
He did. Also,
and then
people barely wanted to give him that one he won last year. Like, people really wanted Westbrook to get it again because he averaged a triple-double.
Just because he the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shut up. He's not no GOAT, bro. The GOAT of
he's definitely
being
not
selfish,
a GOAT.
right? He's the most GOAT of all time.
All right.
I would say he's selfish. I would say he's too
Westbrook
aggressive. I would say he's too aggressive. He's gotta slow down. You know I wouldn't say he's selfish.
He's not a smart aggressive.
Yeah, he's
whack, yo.
He goes
like he's gotten very good. He's gotten very good at doing that though. Like he's been doing that his whole career, and he just got really good at it, which is why he's putting up triple doubles now. So it's not a smart aggressive.
Like real life, the triple double doesn't matter. It's only a bunch of white dudes at ESPN who are infatuated by the triple double. Real life, who cares about the triple double? Are you getting them wins? Honestly.
Okay. I don't know about you, but that's a beautiful stat line, bro. A triple-double is a beautiful stat line, especially if it's just not 10, 10, and 10. When it's 10, 10, and 10, that is a boring stat line that nobody cares about. But if you get 30, 10, and 10 every single night, it seems like, that is a beautiful stat line that anybody and their mama should get behind.
Because that's fine until you see he's literally Steven Adams and Robinson will box their men out, and Westbrook will go and steal that rebound.
I'm not gonna lie. That is great. That is great fundamentals for your team to be so unselfish, where they're like, go ahead.
Shut up, man. That's not. That's like. Look, first of all,
That's great fundamentals. Come on, yo.
look, it is if it leads to wins. Without Kevin Durant, is he winning? No.
Why we even got to bring Kevin Durant in? Like,
Because
we
he's
not
not winning. Kevin Durant was
He wasn't winning with Kevin Durant. He wasn't winning with Kevin Durant. Do you see a ring on his
They
finger?
got to the final.
No.
They got to the finals.
Do you see a
though,
ring
with
on
Kevin
his finger?
Durant.
Hold on.
Do you see a
You
ring
They
on
got
his
to
finger?
the finals.
I mean, I see a ring on
They got to
Durant's
the
finger.
finals.
Are you
The
saying?
finals.
Hold on. You saying he wasn't winning when they took Golden State to Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals? One of the
Okay,
greatest offensive teams of all time. Like,
What happened?
Golden
What
State
happened in
was
that
one of
game?
the greatest. You said what?
What happened? What happened at the end of the game?
Kevin Durant choked.
And Russell
And that
Westbrook.
means and that means come on, guys, that they lost. So if you're not winning with Kevin Durant, that means you are not winning without Kevin Durant. That means that is a loss. A loss is a loss.
I'll
Is a
say
loss.
this.
Am I right?
That next year, if Kevin Durant would have stayed, that next year, they're beating Golden State.
Yeah, especially if they would have added another piece.
That next year, they're beating Golden State if Kevin Durant stays. But Kevin Durant is a host. So
explain to me why you think just because explain to me why if he stayed.
Okay,
they would have won.
Watch the
Like,
series,
what's his name?
no big man they had could body Steven Adams. Steven Adams was doing everything he wanted against Golden State, and it was in like everything he wanted in the context of Steven Adams. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna go out there and like score 20, but he can go out there, do what he can for the offensive rebounds, do what he can for points in the paint. You know what I mean? He was doing whatever he wanted. Draymond Green was pretty much null and void. He was out of commission pretty much. It was pretty much who was gonna score more, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, or Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Westbrook and you saw it the whole series, except the times whatever Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook choked. Kevin Durant choked because he wasn't making his threes. Russell Westbrook choked because he pulled Russell Westbrook-like things and just had a really bad IQ towards the end of the game. You know what I mean? Throwing up stuff he shouldn't throwing up. But it's just like, at the end of the year, more than likely, those threes aren't going to go down as efficiently as they have been in the regular season. And Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook just happen to be able to score in more efficient ways because, they can get to the bucket easier. They can pull up for the mid-range easier. Their whole game is not dependent on threes. So with everybody that came around them, and all they needed was Andre Robertson to hit 2 threes. That's it.
You think that's gonna happen? Come on, bro.
I remember that.
That's just me being
paid
paid.
for defense. I mean, for offense.
Oh, he's not getting paid for offense. That's just
Like he doesn't get paid to shoot.
Bro,
He's
a
pro
career
player, though.
20% shooter from 3. Why do you think he's going to make 2?
Oh, I never said
He's
he
a
was
pro
going
player
to
at the end of the day. If he's open, he has to make those shots.
Hey,
he's a pro
stop
player.
Stop it.
He has to make those shots. Come on,
you
man.
were talking
He's
to
a pro
dude
player.
that is almost worse than any other person that you can possibly think of at the shooting guard position to shoot. If my life was on the line and Andre Roberson walks in the room, and as much as I like Andre Roberson, I'm writing my will.
You like Andre Roberson?
I love Andre Roberson.
Right.
That's defense. Straight defense. I can get behind a defensive player, but I will cry every time I see him shoot the ball.
You can't like a defensive player that also can play a little bit of offense? Like, dang. I hate Robert Robinson just because he can't make a 3. He's in the league. He can't make a free throw. Anybody that can't make a free throw is in the league, I hate.
Bro,
isn't that a lot of the big men?
You hate like 50% of people.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely
correct. That means you would hate Rondo. Rondo struggles. Struggles. Rondo super struggles. LeBron James just got good like 3 years ago.
Okay. There's some
He
people
still kind of struggles too, but
a bunch of those big men don't impact the game like Rondo does. A lot of those big men don't impact the game like a lot of people do. But you just gotta put in the work. You see DeAndre Drummond, he put in the work.
Yeah.
Have you seen that translate to the game?
Yeah, 70% last year.
Really?
Yes.
Somebody pull that up, because that sounds wrong.
He shot 70% free throw line last year. He changed his whole free throw, the format.
Brianna.
I'm looking it up. That's,
he shot 60%.
unless he's, okay, yeah. I knew you was a wild boy for lying like that.
I mean, in fairness, it was a massive jump from the other years, but.
Bro, 42 to 60, like, I get it, it is a jump, but that is laughable by most people's standards.
It's not big man standards.
It depends on who you're talking about. But yeah.
DeAndre Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, some of the best
DeAndre.
Yeah, but look, all the people you just named have something, or Shaq, most dominant player in NBA history. So he's going to get you 30 every night.
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan, amazing at defense. He's going to get you every other rebound that falls from the sky.
Hey, look up this
It's
stuff.
at mom's house.
Why?
Levi, you're whispering into a microphone.
Why?
He getting clowned. He getting clowned.
Levi, go to the bathroom, bro.
Man, getting clowned all. Hey, we're not clipping that out either. We keeping that in there.
Nah, bro.
No. We got to clear. Look, the Traveling Hoopers podcast is a very authentic podcast. If you get clowned by your wife, we gotta show the people that even celebrities like Levi Washington can get clowned by his wife.
Yeah, all the time, man. All the freaking time.
Hey, look, that's not what we're here for. Let's move fast. Anyway, let's get back to what was really on the topic. MVP. So, Calvin, you tripping for saying James Harden is going to win it again. I don't think that's going to happen. Levi, you said Giannis. Philip, who did you say?
Anthony Davis or LeBron James.
Yeah, I got my money on Anthony Davis too. All that needs to happen for it to be a lot is for him to be top 5 in the West. I don't think that's going to happen.
Or he needs to stay healthy, because last year wasn't the first year he's ever stayed healthy. So like he just needs to stay healthy, really.
Bro, no. For you to, if you stay healthy and you miss the playoffs, or you're the 8th seed, the only other person who has had a low seed that I can think of in recent history, and of course had an amazing stat line, was Russell Westbrook. And a lot of people outside of him being the first person to average a triple-double, they was kind of on the fence about giving him that. Like, does
because
it really
James Harden should have got it that year.
So what drug are you on today? I'm just wondering.
Wait.
He should have got it.
James Harden's team won more games, and he averaged
I don't care.
a point something less assists and point something less rebounds.
And he was more
Was he playing defense that year? Was he playing defense that year? Because I don't think he
He
played
doesn't play defense any year.
Let's not act like Russell Westbrook.
And he had more assists than Russell
No,
Westbrook.
Russell-
He was right behind him.
Russell is a dog, but he don't play defense.
Exactly. But look, if you're not going to play defense, then you need to be an Energizer Bunny on that side of the court. You want to know who is lethargic and almost disgusting to watch on defense? James Harden.
John Wall. No.
John Wall should have clamps. As fast as he is,
he does have clamps.
He should have
He does have clamps, but sometimes he doesn't show up on defense.
John Wall
He has the ability.
He'll fake and act like he plays defense by giving you 1 or 2 chase down blocks a game, and that's it. Nothing else.
No, he can lock down though. I swear he can lock down.
He
bro.
can, but he doesn't.
Exactly. he doesn't do it on a nightly basis. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hate John Wall though, so I'm not gonna lie.
Good.
I'm not a fan.
Nah, look, we're not going to slander point guards on this podcast, but that's what we're not going to do. Every other position can get it.
Yeah.
You said who could get it?
Every other position.
Oh, that's somebody. I thought you said a specific person could get it. I was like, come on, Alan.
No, I'm waiting for the day LeBron is on the decline, so I can just be like, oh my goodness, he's human, and then just make fun of hairline for the rest.
You petty.
I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see him retire right at this point.
I do.
Yeah.
No, I want to see him out there in a wheelchair giving people 5 points a game.
Cherry.
Like, that's,
No, bro. I'm telling you, look. He's gonna hit that decline, and all of a sudden you're gonna see all these dudes: Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum. You see all these dudes from around the league buying this man, and you're like, oh snap! Like you're all gonna have the memory of like LeBron Miami Heat days, LeBron like last year and early LeBron of like no one bodying him ever. And all of a sudden he's gonna start. Look, you're gonna see it slowly but surely.
I mean, if you want to be realistic,
people are gonna start, like crossing him up. It's gonna be like he's gonna be looking like Paul Pierce in the later years.
And if you want to be realistic, that stuff has already started. Did you not see what Malcolm Brogdon did? Malcolm Brogdon got
he did.
Jason Tatum got him. I think another player
Terry
got him.
Rozier. I think Terry Rozier.
No, Terry Rozier is.
He tried.
I've never been so angry with Terry Rozier after the playoffs, bro. You know this man has no left hand. Like LeBron got him like 2 cheeks down back to back because he refused to use his left hand. I was so hot. If he didn't work on that this year,
okay.
I don't have any faith.
When you're a backup point guard in the league, you've made it there that long, or you made to that level by not using your left hand, you're just gonna be a backup point guard. And Terry Rozier is never gonna be a starting point guard. He's like the Boston Celtics Reggie Jackson.
Yes, I've been saying that, bro. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that on Flex?
No, you didn't.
Nah, bro. I could really see him being the next Reggie Jackson. And
No. But
I really don't hold that for him.
He needs to learn from Reggie Jackson and realize that he's a real life backup. That's it. Right, he got lucky.
Good.
Reggie Jackson got lucky when Westbrook got injured, and Terry Rozier got lucky when Kyrie got injured.
I wouldn't say he got lucky. He
got lucky. He came into the league. People didn't have the scouting report out of him. They have it now. He's not going to be the same.
I don't know, bro. Because he was doing that against starters in the playoffs. It is the East, but he was doing that against starters in the playoffs. What's going to happen now is he has to do that against backups. And I'm pretty sure he can do that against backups.
Reggie Jackson did get backups too, but then Detroit was so stupid to give him that contract.
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to talk about
They were
Detroit.
desperate.
Organization. They tripping.
Yeah.
Hey, Detroit. Watch Detroit this year, though. They're going to be a fun team to watch.
Oh, yeah, that big man tandem. I really hope that your boy Andre Drummond really put in some work on that jump shot. Because if he can splash the floor with Blake Griffin, who's a pretty good passer, this should be interesting.
He don't need to, though. Because Blake Griffin can spread the floor enough that he can just go down there and just post up the entire time. High-low every day.
Hey, I don't think that man has post moves like that. Like, are you really throwing that man in the post?
Against centers of this league today, excluding like 5, yes.
Okay. No offense, Drummond's one of those 5 that I'm kind of like, you got to get really good position for me to want to throw Drummond the ball.
No. Drummond's solid, yo.
If you can show me a video where he's consistently hitting jump hooks, and I'm talking about it in game. I don't want to see highlights. I'm talking about in game. Turn off your right shoulder. If you can find me a game, I will definitely watch that.
I'll literally send you a link directly after this because I definitely see him or have seen him do that. Because I'm just like,
who's he doing it on too?
I don't know. Not Joel Embiid. Wait, the center for the Celtics, that white dude, can't remember his name.
Baines, yeah.
Him, it's not gonna be Joel Embiid. It's gonna be dudes like Brook Lopez. It's gonna be dudes like Robin Lopez.
That plays no defense.
Robin Lopez plays defense.
Robin Lopez is active.
Isn't that defense? Isn't that defense? Being active on
It's part of it.
Hey, you know who else is active on defense?
Who else?
Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. Neither one of those are good.
Yeah.
Steph Curry is so, I can't stand the way he plays defense.
But it literally makes me itch. It makes me itch.
He just is like a safety in the back, and he just jumps the passing lanes. That's literally it. He gets
anytime somebody says he's a good defender.
He gets 1 or 2 steals a game and dives on the floor once and goes, oh my god, he plays so good defense. No, he doesn't. Relax. Relax. The guy's a clown.
I mean, he can do that because he has like the backup. Like he jumps passing lane, he's out of position. You still got to deal with like
Klay
Draymond.
Thompson. Klay Thompson's the best defender on that team.
Best perimeter defender.
No. The best defender.
Like,
he cannot guard. He cannot guard 5 positions, bro.
Okay, Draymond can't guard 5 positions.
Yes, he can. He can guard some of the point guard if he wanted to. Yeah.
Draymond's not guarding the elites. Draymond.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay, but he can hold the one position. I wouldn't say he can hold like Russell Westbrook or anything.
He can't hold Russell Westbrook.
He can slow him down. He can slow him down.
He can't slow him down. He can't guard D Rose right now.
What? Come on, you better stop.
Okay, slow down. I got a question for y'all.
Let's not act like just pure athletic. D Rose is still quick. Draymond can't guard him now, let alone John Wall.
He can.
Let alone John Wall. Let alone Damian Lillard. Let alone.
He got a point.
A 35-year-old.
No, he does not. He got
a point. Philip, the
point is Draymond Green can hold 5 positions. That's the point. Off the pick and roll. I'm not saying he's gonna hold him 100 feet, bro. I'm just saying off the pick and roll. If he has to hold point guard, he can do that. That's what I'm saying,
right.
bro. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He can guard Reggie Jackson. You're right.
But he can't hold a D Rose. Down D Rose.
No, he can't. He's still.
But he can hold a Reggie Jackson.
Literally, look at D Rose last year in the playoffs against Timberwolves or against the Rockets. Do you think Draymond Green could guard somebody that quick? Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly,
you got too much faith in
honestly, yeah. Not 100 feet. Like I said, off the pick and roll.
Calvin, what do you think? Calvin, what do you think?
Here's my thing. If we're just asking, all right, who's the better defender? It's like if you're gonna pick any random player, if you're gonna have your defender, if you're gonna have pick one of these 2 guys to guard any random player on the floor, and if we're talking best defender, if we have him guard the best player on the floor, which one are you gonna have? And I think in general, that's probably gonna be Draymond. I'm not saying that he's the best perimeter defender per se, but if you were to pick one player on that team to guard like the best player on the other team on any given night, you're probably picking Draymond.
Are you though? Because the best players are perimeter players, and we can acknowledge this. We can acknowledge this. Steph Curry does not guard the best point guard in every other team, even though the best other team's best player is probably the point guard. It's Klay Thompson. He guards them. Just cause, and he does a pretty good job. It's like an understatement. So
you kind of do have a point on that. He does the tougher assignments per se than Draymond Green, but Draymond Green, he's
has more talk. But like you're not gonna put Klay on like LeBron though. You're not gonna put him on.
You possibly could.
You might might want to put Klay on LeBron.
Yes.
Cause I don't know if Iggy still has I don't even think he's actually, you wouldn't even put Klay because they have KD, but without KD, I guess you would go ahead and make that substitution. But, I actually got a question for all of y'all. When it comes to defense, what do you value more? Versatility or really defining your craft, but it's only for 2-3 positions? Would you rather
craft for 2-3 positions? AKA Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I'm kind of have to go with defining your craft too, assuming you can't get someone that's obviously you would want both, but if you have to pick one, you'd rather pick somebody who only guards 1 or 2 positions, but can always lock down on those positions in fairness.
Exactly.
True.
What about you, Levi?
I'm gonna go with the craft, finalizing your craft. Because you're right. Because you're right. Shoot.
Got Levi.
I can't go against that. I have nothing to go against that.
So who got rookie of the year?
Who? You said rookie of the year?
Okay, I've been thinking about this. I think I'm probably gonna go with I'll probably go with Ayton. Because the thing is, rookie of the year, a lot of it's about the numbers that they put up. And he's going to have a better opportunity to put up numbers than I think just about any other rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He's the, I was about to say he's the only one without help. He's not the only one without help, but like the only other good player on his team really is Booker.
Yeah,
You like Josh Jackson?
yeah, I like that.
Well, he's fine. It's just like if we're talking about the offense is probably going to go through Booker and Ayton, like in all likelihood. I'm not sure how much better.
Josh Jackson just does a lot of everything.
Okay.
He's like Stanley Johnson.
Ooh, stop disrespecting my mans, bro.
Yeah, low key, because he
Stanley,
fell off the chart. He still needs to develop that 3-point.
I love Stanley Johnson, but Stanley Johnson can't give you 14 points a game. He might not even be able to get you 8.
This year, Stanley Johnson's breakout year. Watch.
You put that up.
So.
How much you want to put on it?
That's forever. That's forever. You said it. That's forever, B. I got you.
Watch. I'm telling you, man.
Okay, what's your definition of breakout year? Is this going to be his best year? Because that means averaging 9 points and like 4 assists.
No,
which is serviceable.
To the point that like if Detroit does well, he'll have a huge part in it, like a huge part. Like you're like gonna take notice.
Give me like stat line. Like what do you, either impact wise or stat line wise? What is he looking like?
You talking about Stanley Johnson, right?
Yeah. I would say 14 points. Probably like 5-4 rebounds, but then like 2 assists maybe. But like Stanley Johnson, that was like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to what he has been doing, so yeah.
Exactly. So, I'm just a big fan.
Okay, so what do y'all think about Trae Young possibly sprouting?
You mean Trey Buns? Trey Buns. But
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. We don't know, man. It could be a diamond in the rough, but we'll see.
He's not diamond in the rough.
We'll see. I don't know.
If they think he is Steph Curry level,
I don't think he's Stephen Curry.
But we also have to remember. But let's say he has Stephen Curry-esque things. Yeah. We also got to remember it took Steph a few years to become Steph Curry. Like his first 3 years in Golden State, it was kind of like it's nice, but I'd much rather see Monte Ellis with the ball. And that was also as a Monte Ellis fan. So
is it Trae Young? Like he's a lot shorter than Steph Curry, also. Curry's like 6'3",
an inch or two.
Yeah, Buddy's like 6'1".
We all know when the NBA inch or two makes a difference. Like legit, it makes a difference. But like, for I don't know, he's too dependent on threes.
I mean,
weren't we saying this about Steph Curry?
That's kind of dependent on
exactly.
Steph Curry can get you buckets different ways, though. We all know he can.
Yeah,
Steph Curry got
the dribble.
Except like Kyrie is the only person in the league that you can definitely say has better handles than Steph Curry.
Very true. Very, very true.
Trae Young's like what, middle of the road?
Yeah, but Trae Young is also in my opinion, at the same level, and probably almost now. He's a much better passer. It seems like.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely
see
has
it not in the summer league though.
You said what?
You didn't see it in the summer league?
I gotta see it not in the summer league.
Okay, so I didn't.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
like, I don't watch Summer League. I watch some of his college games. To me, it's not so much he's just an amazing passer. He's just a smart passer. Like, you look at it and it's not like, oh, that was an amazing pass. Like, no, that was a smart pass.
But that's what you want. Like, not too often
isn't that
you
the same
get
thing?
smart and amazing at the same time. You gotta pick one or the other.
Yeah. You can't be flashy and smart at the same time, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of the dudes that are that dependent on the three. Like, you know, if you go to the rec right now and like the whole game of basketball has changed because like no matter where in the country you go, everybody just pulling up for fast break threes. It's just like the 3-point shot and the Trae Youngs and the Steph Currys have ruined the basketball forever. So
okay,
I went to it. Go ahead.
All right. okay, I'll argue. All right, Steph might have ruined it. I'm not gonna argue Trey ruined it because he's imitating Steph. Like he grew up watching Steph. But the thing is, he's pulling up from doing these things, but he doesn't have the fundamental skill that Steph does. Like he wasn't already a knockdown shooter before he started chucking these really deep threes. So it's like he's gonna imitate Steph, but I don't think he'll ever be anywhere on
It's
Steph's
funny
level.
though, because Steph went into, like, he was a player because he has a handle, like went to the rim and like got to the rim, but then, you know, through like experience, he had to push himself back. You know what I mean? Like, can't get a layup. Okay, can't get a mid range. Okay, let me go for the three. And all of a sudden, he got good at three. Let me go further back. A lot of these dudes coming up now, including Trae Young, they start out and then go in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just like, that's not good basketball whatsoever. But like, I need to see him in the league. I don't know. I'm gonna be watching Atlanta closely this year, for sure.
Like, I think he'll probably, over the course of his career, I think he'll probably start his entire career. I don't think he'll be like a Hall of Famer or anything. But, you know, he might get an All-Star or nod or two
And
at some point.
no, like, legitimate comparisons? Do you have any?
Like, the thing is, the only real comparison is Steph, but it's kind of unfair to him. Because it's more of he's just imitating him.
He's a poor's man, Steph. Hobo Steph. He's a hobo Steph.
Chill out, bro.
This guy.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, but you're also, like you said, Calvin, that's not really fair to him. But it's the only comparison because this style of basketball.
No way. That's the only other point guard in history that I can think of offhand who had a nice jumper off the dribble and was consistently pulling it, but never made it to like superstar status.
Like this style of basketball of just like the pull up three, pull up three. This is a fairly new style, in the last like 5 years, really. That's become this dominant. So like for somebody like that, you really have no comparisons besides one or two people. You know what I mean? Yeah, so shoot, in 5 years we might be like, you know, who can you compare this player to? And we're like, oh yeah, he's not as good as Steph. So we gotta compare him to Trae Young. You know what I mean? Like Trae Young might be in the second tier. So I guess we gotta just find out and see.
Okay. So we got Levi with Trae Young. We got Calvin with who'd you have again?
Ayton.
So forgettable. Philip, who you got?
I'm gonna say 8 and 2, just for the whole fact of how many touches he's gonna get.
He's gonna get a lot of touches this year.
Like the fact they even think that he's gonna be what he's supposed to be, he's gonna get that many touches. I just can't wait for Embiid to put him.
I can't wait for that game. I can't wait for that game.
Embiid's gonna put him in a body bag. It's gonna be hilarious.
No, you know what's gonna make me so happy? If Joel Embiid tries to do some moves and he doesn't realize how strong Ayton is, and Ayton is able to kind of negate it, that would be so funny to me on the first play, bro. I don't think that's what happened, but that would be so funny.
Yeah, because Embiid a big boy, yo. Embiid big, yo.
Hey, Ayton chiseled, bro.
No, but
it might have just been around like college players. That boy's chiseled.
Yeah, but Embiid's not chiseled. Embiid, especially like that whole year he took off with his foot. No, that man got
give me the 3 years he took off.
Whatever he got. Hey, bro, that man got big. So like, it's different level stuff, yo. And he like, he was like still growing.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna buck the trend a little bit, and I gotta go with either Kevin Knox or
Kevin Knox is gonna be nasty,
or Colin Sexton. And I'm rooting for Colin Sexton just because he's a tad bit crazy and reminds me so much of Russell Westbrook. Did y'all see what he did against Josh Hart in like the final seconds of a summer league game?
Yeah, slapped the floor. He slapped the floor.
He got something loose. If he does not become like an all-star level, we're looking at the next Patrick Beverly. Like Patrick Beverly, he definitely has.
Sexton is so much more offensively fluid than Patrick Beverly is, though.
Yeah.
We gotta see what he does against.
Did you see what he did at
They have
Alabama?
similar games.
We have to see what he did against elite talent. I know exactly what you're talking about. When it was 5-on-3 and they were triple teaming, he was still getting buckets.
Like,
But that's against college people. Do you even remember what team he's playing against?
I mean, he's to go.
Do you remember the school?
I think it was like
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Name the starting point guard for Minnesota.
That one dude who does Jelly Fam.
Have you ever seen him? No, I don't think he was starting yet. There was a dude that was in front of him, I believe.
I don't know, man, but it don't matter because you see this man like Sexton. Yes, he's a dog, but also like you can just see the way that he plays. That this man's real life a bucket getter. Like he really is. But he cares about defense. Russell Westbrook's like we said earlier. He's a bucket getter, puts up a lot of buckets, but I guess he gets them. But he on defense, he just like works hard. But like Sexton like legitimately plays defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gets in you, bro. Yeah. I love that dude. I'm waiting for his first fight. No, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I am waiting for his first fight because I guarantee no one's gonna throw a punch.
Oh,
No, I'm telling you, there's a select few people in the NBA that'll throw a punch at him, but I guarantee if you ever look at his eye when he gets in his mood, nobody's throwing a punch at that man. That man scares me. Yes. If you ever see the intensity in his eyes, it's very Ron Artest-esque when he came around with that elbow.
Don't do that. No one, you have not seen not one person in the league besides Charles Oakley who has that Ron Artest eye. Like no one, Sexton don't have that Metta World Peace eye.
We talking about old Metta World Peace where he not trying to kill nobody no more. He not running into the stands. He's just trying to wound you.
On the court, trying to wound you. Okay.
I ain't heard no one ever say wound you. Was a history book, yo? What are you doing?
Let's get back on topic. And Kevin Knox, who else is on this team, bro?
Kevin Knox
we're not getting.
I mean, Porzingis.
No, Porzingis is out.
Oh, he's out for the season?
No, he's not out for the season. He's not out for the whole season. He's coming back.
He may be out for the season.
He's not out for the season. No, the ACL tear.
No.
ACL tear nowadays is like an ankle sprain.
Yeah, but like earlier, the reports where he might not, he might sit out the season.
Okay, but also you gotta take into context that this whole 24-hour sports news cycle thing, they just coming up with stuff. It's an ACL tear.
That's why I said we'll see.
Yeah, but like they got Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Knox. They got that Robinson dude. The dude's gonna be like a solid center, a backup center. And they've got who else? They got
Jarrett Jack.
Jarrett Jack's right there. I thought he got
somebody else. Yeah, he's somewhere else.
I thought he was gone.
He's somewhere else. Yeah, Jarrett Jack's still playing in the league though. I can't remember the team.
Yeah, he got signed to a 1-year deal with somebody else.
Hey, Jarrett Jack. You ever seen somebody like so old but not old at the same time?
Yeah.
Like he's been having that same oldish face forever. But that's all topic.
No, but Jarrett Jack got a hammerhead.
I'm not playing with you, bro. Okay. Alright. So we got everybody. We got Calvin with Ayton. We got Phillip with Ayton. Bruh, I'm not worried about him until he score a bucket. Then we got Levi with Trey Bonds, Young, same thing. And then we got my boys Kevin Knox or Colin Sexton. What about Defensive Player of the Year? What y'all looking at? Who y'all looking at?
That's tough.
No. I think about Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Nah, that's tough, man, cause
watch.
There's so many of them, bro. Like, that's tough.
My answer is Joel Embiid.
So many of who, Levi?
Like, defenders that usually get Defensive Player of the Year. Like, what do you mean? There's a Draymond Green. There's a Kawhi Leonard. There's Rudy Gobert. There's plenty of defensive players. Well, not plenty of defensive players, but there's a decent amount that can get defensive player of the year. And I'm trying to think, who would I have?
All right, we're going to give you a second to think. Calvin, what you got?
So, granted, this isn't a particularly wild guess or anything. I would probably play it safe. Rudy Gobert?
For Utah?
Rudy Gobert? Okay.
Yeah.
Levi, you got anything yet?
Give me. I'll go with Kawhi. I'll just go with Kawhi, man. Kawhi Leonard, if he's healthy.
I think I'm going to go Draymond, bro.
No. You know what? Clint Capella. I'm going to go with Clint Capella this year. Because.
Oh, that's all left field. Please explain.
He said, please explain.
He said, Clint Capella.
He's a huge defensive piece on that team. What are you talking about? Whenever somebody breaks down on the defense, they come down. Clint Capella's right there every single time. Even in the playoffs. He showed you in the playoffs what he can do on the defensive side. So, that's his job on the team. That's his job. Who else can defend like Clint Capella?
But that's a lot of big men's job. That's DeAndre Jordan's
but
job.
He's good. He's good at doing it. He's good
Rudy
at doing it.
Gobert is a better defender, and he also gets those same alley-oops because they have no offensive skill set.
They both.
It's like I like Capella, but yeah, he can't. If you can't get him alley-oops, he's probably not scoring.
Use field goal percentage.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you.
He could get a quick bucket.
I don't know about Clint Capella for two reasons. He's gonna have to clean up way too many mistakes, and if he's able to clean up those mistakes, because you got to remember
he cleans up a lot of mistakes.
You're right, but he now has to help anytime Carmelo gets beat off the dribble, which is 60% of the time. You also got to worry about James Harden if he decides to play defense that night. We don't know what messed up hamstring Chris Paul is going to be this year. We don't know if he's going to be able to still get out there. He's 36? That's hard to be funny.
Chris Paul
he's 36.
Break down again. He about to not
chill out. That's messed up. He's 36. He might be 5'10" without shoes. Are we really going to bank on him?
36?
He's about to be about 36. He's a little old.
Man, that's crazy.
Somebody look it up.
I'm looking at it now. He's he's LeBron's age.
Yeah, he came out in 04, right?
05.
05?
Yeah.
How many years was he at Wake Forest?
I think he was.
It looks like about 2.
2?
Okay.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
So that makes sense. He about LeBron's age. But LeBron and him, Chris Paul
That's two different bodies, bro.
Chris Paul has the heart of LeBron, but LeBron is also 6'8" to 260. So,
you know a person we're forgetting? Anthony Davis.
No.
Anthony Davis is going to have he's going to have too much of an offensive weight on him to even be considered for defensive player of the year.
But he was showing last year towards the end of the year that he can do all that shit. But
when he had
all that stuff. Yeah.
No, he's also
DeMarcus was injured. That's when he started the snap.
But he's also going to be in that same field as Clint Capella, where he's going to have to do way too much to help out the rest of his team. Julius Randle isn't that good of a defender.
I can't agree. Just can't agree with that.
Elfrid Payton, I don't know what he does really anymore. He was supposed to. He actually got a haircut, so I definitely don't know what he's supposed to be doing now. Yeah, Drew Holiday, he can hold his own, but who's at the 3? I still don't know. They've been looking for a 3.
They need a 3
forever. So this is going to be fun to watch on defense because we're going to see him block a lot of shots because he has to. But I don't know, bro. We going to see.
Anthony Davis look like a giraffe.
What does that have to do with anything, Philip?
What giraffe do you know has a unibrow?
Bro. Anthony Davis's hands touch his knees when he walks. It's just like, how you so tall? Dude's arm is probably as tall as Levi.
Levi like 5'4" though, so that's not saying much.
I ain't no
Hey, bro, let's
5'4".
arms, yo.
I ain't no 5'4". I wish.
Why do you wish to be 5'4"? Who wants to be 5'4", bro?
Yo, how tall are you?
Man, I'm not no 5'4",
You gonna lie and say you
bro.
5'8".
I definitely am 5'8".
I wish to 5'4". That's crazy. I ain't never
If I
heard
was
of that shit
5'4", bro, I wouldn't even be taller than my wife, bro. If I was 5'4", I wouldn't be even taller than my sisters.
Hey,
if I was 5'4".
If you think you're getting bullied at your height now, if you were 5'4", boy, really be giving you the blues.
Nobody bullies me. Nobody.
I bully Alan all the time. He ugly. But anyways,
Stop talking to me.
On to the new topic at hand, Alan. Continue on.
Yeah.
Continue. All right, who y'all got for most improved player? So look, you gotta just go Stanley Johnson. You think you about to have a breakout?
Nah, I won't I'm not gonna. Breakout player of the year has to be on a good team. And Detroit is very fickle. I'm not sure what they're gonna do this year. So for my breakout of the year, man, that's a hard one. I have no idea.
Player, bro. Breakout is not a reward.
My bad, yo. My most improved. It's pretty much the same thing. My most improved player of the year, though, I think. Actually, Calvin, you go first. Let me think about this one.
So I'm gonna be selfish and go with a team I like. I'm gonna probably just pick Dylan Brooks. Look.
Dylan Brooks.
Here's the issue with picking most improved players. That half the time, the dude who's most improved was some dude you probably didn't know the name of at the start of the season.
Not completely true. Not completely true.
I don't. Okay, most improved usually isn't from a rookie to sophomore because they're still like in the process of growing. But so it's usually like an established individual who all of a sudden just randomly came, had like a good season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. With that being the case, boy, I don't even know how anybody could pick this one. Like,
that's the thing. Oh.
I'm gonna go with DeJounte Murray. I like that pick. He's been a proven commodity.
A Nuggets. Okay, yeah. That's a strong one. That's a strong one, actually.
Did you say
Nuggets are gonna be nice.
No,
Denver Nuggets are gonna be nice.
He's for the Spurs.
Yeah, bro, I'm smoking. My fault.
I mean, hey, the dude from Denver too is also. You can put that out there too. The dude from Denver.
What dude from Denver? Which dude from Denver?
Gary Harris.
No, Gary Harris. Gary Harris is going to be Gary Harris for the rest of his career, bro.
But he's a 16 point per game scorer. He can bring that up to 20 and get that this year if he does that. Definitely. No doubt.
I beg to differ. You got to remember who he has to now share the ball with.
I already know that.
Isaiah Thomas.
If it's possible.
If you think Isaiah Thomas, especially in the offense, where you can kind of just shoot whenever you want.
Do you think Isaiah Thomas?
You really think Isaiah Thomas?
Do you think he's going to start?
Do you think Isaiah Thomas is going to come off the bench and not show out? Do you think that's going to be a thing?
Gary Harris most likely will be on the bench, and Isaiah Thomas will be leading that bench group, the role players.
Yeah, we'll see.
He wouldn't have to worry about Gary Harris that much.
All right, I got mine. Willie Cauley-Stein.
That means a big scoring jump for him too.
I'm joking.
Isn't that front court kind of yeah.
I can see Willie Cauley-Stein getting the reduction in minutes if Harry Giles plays the way Harry Giles needs to play.
Then they got Marvin
Which
Bagley.
I'm kind of confused.
Giles, Bagley, what's it? Labossiere? Is that how you pronounce it?
Did you say Labossiere?
Labossiere. Gal.
Labossiere.
How do you say
Liquor about the hoop?
But, and so, like, I see a hard time with him as far as him getting most improved players, even if he does improve.
Definitely joking. I was definitely joking. I'm not a big Willie Cauley-Stein fan whatsoever.
It's because you're at Kansas, bro. I mean, no, he played for Kentucky anyway, but he's from Kansas.
Yeah, but I don't like that. This man has been overrated his whole career. He has.
I wouldn't say that.
Relax. He would. He has. He has been.
You're just so hard on players, man. You hard.
Explain to me what you mean by overrated. Because he wasn't supposed to be an offensive mastermind. He was supposed to be we can throw you an oop and you can play defense.
He was, we could throw you some oops. You can play defense because you're athletically able, or should be able, to play defense on 3 to 4 different positions. Guess what? In the NBA, he can't. So like, what is your purpose?
I mean, I feel like it's the system he's in. I feel like he doesn't fit in that system.
The Sacramento system. What system is that, Levi?
It's trash. Obviously,
no,
trash.
It's called the tank system.
DeMarcus Cousins.
It's called the tank system. You're not supposed to do good. You're not supposed to do bad. You're not even supposed to bring in the crowd. You're supposed to just something.
You don't know what his full potential. You don't know what his full potential is at the Sacramento's team.
To tank, you have to have the personnel to be able to tank. Is he on that personnel staff? Yes. He has the personnel. He is part of the personnel to be able to tank. He is garbage. He is trash.
Garbage.
He is dumpster garbage.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say he's garbage at all.
Did you say he is a dumpster fire or dumpster garbage?
Dumpster garbage.
I mean, the whole organization's a dumpster fire.
It is, though. It is.
And I went back is cashing those checks for no reason. It is a beautiful thing to be Vlade Divac, boy.
De'Aaron Fox is solid.
Yes, sir.
I forgot about him.
De'Aaron Fox is going to be like John Wall. That's it.
He's going to be a poor man's version of John Wall. Unless he can get that jump shot together. If he get that jump shot together,
he's going to be a poor man version. He's going to be. I feel like he's going to have the same. He has a potential to have the same trajectory as John Wall, though. I don't know if he can be a poor man's version at all, though.
We'll see.
Colin Sexton will have a better career than De'Aaron Fox will. How about that?
I don't hate it. I actually love it.
I like it too. I like it. I'll take it too.
All right,
but I don't have an answer for the question that was at hand, though.
Yeah, y'all are missing the easiest of the easy. If he does not get injured with a shoulder injury, Markelle Fultz.
Improve player?
Yes, if they get over it that he had a small sample size last year, Markelle Fultz is going to average at least 14 points. And he's going to have a ton of highlight plays. Did y'all see what he did against the Australian team? I know it's the Australian team. But
that's like less than preseason, Leo.
It's part of preseason, so yeah. But I know it's not said a lot, but he made people who play Division I basketball look lesser than pretty much what he did in Washington. So if that part of his game translates, he doesn't have to be a super scorer. He's not going to be relied on shooting all those threes. He really doesn't have to do anything besides play his game in a small sample size. If he can average 14 and play 70 games, which I think he's capable of, I can see him getting most improved. Like, it would take a big jump from somebody like, I don't know, Stanley Johnson, whoever that guy is. But Stanley Johnson's jump would have to be like, we got to actually see you do something and score 16 a game.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see Markelle Fultz getting that, though. I really can.
Yeah.
But, like, wouldn't the fact that he had some weird thing going on, like an injury or something, kind of, you'd be like, maybe we don't count last season?
I mean, I don't know about that. Because 2012, 2013, is that the year that Paul George snapped his leg up, or is that, my bad, that's very distasteful. Is that the year before or after he broke his leg in overseas?
You're ridiculous, yo.
Like, not even trying to be funny. Because I'm looking at the list of most improved players, and we got people like Danny Granger. I think his of course his stuff came afterwards, but we also got one with Kevin Love in 2010, 2011. Let me see if he was injured the year before, so we can at least have a little bit of.
No, he wasn't. Kevin Love was putting up big numbers in Minnesota.
Yeah, but 20. But you also got to remember he was pretty injury prone too.
This man is putting up 30 games.
So, yeah, if he go back to that form, which I don't think he will, because he will refuse. He refused to get chubby. That's the problem. He slimmed down. He got to stay chubby to get them buckets, bro. He was hungry back then. He's not hungry no more.
Always, yeah, that's true. That's true. Cause he
was way more
really
bigger.
bad.
He was
team now.
bigger. He was way bigger.
No,
if you look up him in UCLA, it is so funny how doughy he was, bro.
No, bro. Look up Marc Gasol in high school, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Boy.
Don't do that. No. Did you see his face?
His dude was
his face looked like
his dude was eating zebra cakes every day, bro.
Bruh. No, Marc Gasol looked like somebody put a 3-year-old baby's face on his large body, and it was so funny when I saw that picture, bro.
It was almost as bad as Kawhi's laugh.
Did y'all see like the full like video of the 5 times we've ever seen Kawhi Leonard laugh?
I did.
I literally only seen him laugh that one time.
Hey, so. That first laugh where he was like, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Dude laughed. Dude's laugh was like as if he was like sucking in the air as he was laughing, bro. That shit. I was like, what?
Bro, I was listening to another podcast and they said that his laugh was like someone who wasn't from this planet pretending to laugh as a human. And it was the funniest thing ever. They was like, that's the closest you could possibly get if you've never heard somebody laugh. You just had to guess. It was...
Bro, I woke up, I turned on my Instagram, that was the very first thing that was on, and I looked at it, I was like, like eyes halfway closed, like crust in your eyes, like, I looked at it, bro, and I almost used the bathroom myself. Like, immediately. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, this man, he made an attempt to laugh. I was like, what are you doing? Like, who has to try that? Who has to put that much effort in the laugh? Like, I was like, man, that hurts.
Y'all think he practiced that in the mirror? Like, he's like, yeah, this one works.
He's like that robot, off of iRobot. Like, I think emotions are this. Like, it's disgusting, right?
Hey, you know the worst part about it? He's probably had that laugh since he was a child.
Dang. He probably didn't laugh. He probably didn't laugh as a child.
Hey, imagine telling 7-year-old Kawhi Leonard a joke, and that's the sound that comes out. I don't know about you. I have a standard on who I want to make laugh depicted on your laugh. And if that's how you laugh at 7 years old, you can't hear none of my jokes. I refuse.
You have a standard on laughs?
Yes, bro. You've never heard a bad laugh.
You bougie.
Have you? No, have you ever heard a bad laugh?
I never paid attention to it. Until Kawhi, I promise you I never paid attention to laughs.
As someone who is semi-funny, not on command though, but someone who is semi-funny, now I've made a few people laugh in my day. If your laugh is bad, I can't put you around you. I refuse for you to put me through this stress. I'm dealing with your laugh.
I'm glad that you are pretty much telling the three of us that we don't have bad laughs. I appreciate that. I really do.
Levi, there's a reason why I don't talk to Levi that often, bro. His laugh is different.
This man just growling. He ain't even laughing. He just growling. Hey, you're right.
I'm trying to hold it in.
That's not.
I'm trying to hold it in.
That's
too vicious.
So painful, yo. That sounds.
It is.
He was trying to laugh with his mouth closed.
This man smelled cookie. Yo, crazy.
Can we get a little bit back on topic?
Yeah, we got
like the Final Fantasy boss, bro.
Why are you, Levi? I don't know what you just said.
I said topic itch.
Oh,
to the next topic.
Hey, bro, if you're not gonna speak English, we're not gonna do this, bro. Hey. Okay, so everybody still got the Warriors winning this one again.
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
Hey, I have never wished anything bad on a basketball player not named.
Yeah,
Steph
you
Curry.
have.
I said not named Steph Curry.
Yes,
Let me finish.
yes, you have. You still lying.
I'll wait. I got time.
We'd be at the rec all the time. Like, man, wouldn't it be funny if he broke his leg? Come on.
Okay. You lying. Don't put that out there. I've never said would it be funny if somebody. Now, I might have said would it be funny if he fell. I might have said would it be funny if he fell. I say that all day. Because I think it's hilarious when people fall.
Alan, you really
break his leg? You wow.
Alan, you're really trying to pretend like you don't have one of the most effed up sense of humors I've ever met of anybody in my entire life. Like you trying to finesse and trying to be fake right now? And no, Alan, you have a really horrible and mean sense of humor, yo.
Hey, since you're doing a lot right now, I'm not gonna deny anything you said. But breaking bones is one thing I'm not gonna play with. Cause that's 6 weeks of your life in the cast. That's not fun. I've went through it. I don't want anybody to break this stuff. Now, would your falling be hilarious to me? Yes. A bone bruise? Kinda funny. Especially if you like falling, it's like your coccyx. Y'all know what a coccyx is, right? It's your butt bone. That's hilarious. Anybody who breaks or bruises their butt bone, super funny to me. Because there's no cast for it, but you can walk around freely, your butt will just be in pain. And it's so funny, the idea of somebody having a bruised coccyx. That has nothing to do with anything. Let's get back to the Warriors making me cry for the third straight year in hopes of something better happening.
So, the Warriors, my bad.
I love the Warriors.
It's not even the Warriors.
Why do you love the Warriors?
Because of KD, man.
Hey, somebody mute his mic, bro. I don't know how that works, but let's go ahead and flip out the paint.
You are some Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant haters.
No.
I love Kevin Durant. I cried when he left.
I swear somebody said Kevin Durant was soft. I mean, the move he did was soft. The move that he did was soft. I will admit that, but I still love me some Kevin Durant.
It's not even that it was
at the end of the day.
It's just that it was the wackest thing I have ever seen in professional sports.
Yeah.
Like I don't hate Golden State. I don't hate Stephen Curry. I hate Kevin Durant specifically, and I really hope he makes like a burner account and starts tweeting at us. Because I hate Kevin Durant specifically because...
Alright, you being inflammatory. Shut up.
He turned the NBA. No,
you just being
He didn't turn... He wasn't the first person to do that. He wasn't the first person to do that.
Let me be specific.
All right,
he turned the NBA. He turned the NBA right now into one of the most anticlimactic sports. He shifted like the years that like he was Oklahoma City, you had no idea who was going to win the West. You really didn't. Like people were on the come up. And be like, oh, I'm gonna just help them out, the team that beat me, and turn it to like one of the greatest super teams of all time. Yes, LeBron did it, but LeBron went to a team in Miami where their team was really bad, and they also didn't have a great LeBron didn't have an amazing season before then. He had a good season, not amazing. Chris Bosh, no one had an amazing season.
Wait, hold up, did he drag that team to the finals that year?
Low key, he did.
No, I think that might be the year before he.
No, I think it was 2010 that he got
that year he didn't drag
because D Wade wasn't healthy. That first year they went to the chip.
No, I'm not talking about the championship. I'm talking about what he did for Cleveland. Was that the year that he dragged the team?
That was the year where he had the same. Look, if you saying drag the team as if he had the same Cleveland teams that he had his whole career up to that point, then I guess you could say drag. But it was what we were used to, so no one was using the word drag in 2010. You know what I mean?
But everybody knew that they were going to be trash as soon as he left. So,
Wait, no, not only that, everybody was like, how did you get them there? Like, who else was that?
Everybody, but like, yeah,
Your
everybody.
best
Like,
player is Mo Williams, bro. Mo Williams not
don't act like okay, people don't act like Mo Williams wasn't giving you a solid number 2 numbers before this whole super team era of like your second person giving you your second option giving you 20 and 25 points a game. That wasn't as common. It was a thing, but it wasn't as common at that point. It was more of a whatever.
Name some teams outside of the Spurs where your number 2 option was not giving you a good amount of points.
How far do they go?
I need you to go as far back as
honestly, you could go to any team that wasn't Scottie Pippen didn't average points in the game.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Not in his beginning year. Not in his beginning year.
Of course, because they weren't winning championships in the beginning years. What are you talking about?
What?
But even then,
when Jordan had Scottie Pippen, bro, they got a ring.
So you telling me the first year
it took like 4 years.
No, they went to the lab.
4 years?
Michael Jordan was like, "Yo,
hold on. I'm
gonna make you nice."
Let Calvin talk.
Nah, what? If memory serves, so they got Jordan, and then like a year or two later, they got Pippen, and that was in like the end of the '80s. I think they didn't win their first ring till '91.
You talking about the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the other team that had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Hey.
What other team that had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen? The Wizards?
No, it was being.
I'm just.
No, we're talking about
with y'all now.
Guys.
But look, if you look at like a lot of teams, like you can look at the Barkley teams, you can look at like
Barkley team.
Any team that had Barkley, when Barkley was on the team, he was the only one getting buckets.
Okay, we're not even going to talk about that because he did not get a ring. We're talking about champions here.
But he made it far.
Yeah, but you did not get a ring.
He got all the way there like once.
Yeah, when he was at Phoenix, I suppose. Who averaged 20 outside of the team?
Didn't they have Drexler? Let me look up what Drexler was doing, but I'm pretty sure
Drexler was 20. Well, Drexler didn't average. Right, Drexler wasn't on the championship teams.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
5 was on there.
Yeah, 94, 95.
And how much
did can you look up his stats?
Drexler?
Yeah.
For the 94-95 season?
Yes.
21.8 points. 4.8 assists, 6.3 rebounds.
All right, look, we just need the points. Thank you, statistician. You my guy. Hey, what kind of internet you got by the way? Because you moving fast over there.
So I'm honestly like I have Basketball Reference pulled up or whatever, so I can just type stuff in.
And that's why we got you on the pod. You smart, you do that. So
continue.
Yeah, the only other team I can think of are the Spurs and the Pistons. And that was 04-05. And maybe the Celtics.
What Spurs team?
You can almost name any Spurs team. They did not have 2 20-point scorers. They just had a bunch of outside of when they had Robinson.
Okay.
Like Tony Parker, I don't think Tony Parker was averaging 20.
The one year he won the Finals MVP, he was.
Is that true?
What, the year he won Finals? Hold up.
Come on, Calvin.
Look, my stuff wants to be slow, okay?
Oh my gosh, of all times to be slow, his computer does it now.
Just because you prove a point.
I could think of that Pacers team.
What Pacers? Pacers didn't win. Pacers didn't win anything. Levi, we talking about people.
When we're talking about third game, we're talking about the regular season. Or,
yeah, we can go regular seasons.
Okay, we're talking regular season. That year, he averaged 18.6 points.
What did he do in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, hold up, that's totals.
Yeah, but while he looking it up, Philip, it's okay.
Here we go. 607 in the playoffs, he put up 20 points a game.
Okay.
Wait, you said it's okay for me. It's okay for me to be wrong.
Yeah, about
Of
this.
course, I admit it. I was like, "Yup, I'm wrong."
Okay,
I'm like,
cool.
yeah, I'm cool. Shoot.
Cool. I just had to put the fork in it, you know.
You ignorant, yo. This man. I said, I'm cool. You just want to.
Excuse me for being thorough.
You want to rub my face in it.
Okay. Talking about the championship is so sad to me these days, bro.
Because it's gonna be the same one over and over again. You're right.
I mean, look at it this way: LeBron's not going to be in it this year.
I don't care. I'd rather see LeBron every single year than see whoever else get washed.
Like, that Boston team is stacked, yo.
Yeah, that's going to be Boston.
That Boston team is going to be infuriating at some point, but so entertaining.
That Philadelphia team is going to be really entertaining also, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Philly team has 2 once-in-a-generation players on one team. That's crazy.
Wait, hold up, though. If they're both once-in-a-generation players, are they really once-in-a-generation players?
Yes.
No, once-in-a-generation players and, like, once-in-a-generation of, like, different capabilities. So, like, once-in-a-generation for a big man and once-in-a-generation for, like, a point guard.
Weren't they saying that about Ayton, too, though?
No. Joel Embiid and Aiden are... Aiden's not going to be...
I'm not saying they're the same type
what Joel
player.
Embiid is. Say it again?
Like, I'm not saying they're going to be the same type of player. I'm just saying it's like we constantly see dudes they're talking about it's like, oh, this dude's a once-in-a-generation player. At what point are there a bunch of dudes in the league that aren't...
Okay, so I have never heard anybody say that Ayton was going to be that. If they have said it, they're completely wrong. Joel Embiid is like another level good. For years, they're like DeMarcus Cousins is the best big man in the league. Joel Embiid eats him alive. A healthy one.
And that's also because for some reason nobody could figure out how to really guard DeMarcus Cousins, which is completely okay because he's somewhat low center of gravity at being 6'11", and he's super strong. But he can't jump. So if you can figure out his moves in relative fashion, you should be able to stop him. But not too many people can match that strength level.
Joel Embiid has ridiculous footwork for how big he is. Joel Embiid's strong, and Joel Embiid legitimately plays defense. Like, legitimately plays defense. So, like,
it takes pride.
Like, yes. Like, he'll give you the Mutombo finger wave and everything. You know what I mean? So, like, will he, but, like, you don't have a lot of people ever that are able to do all of that. And he has a soft touch.
Yeah.
It's wild, so.
Yeah, he has it all, low-key.
It's not even low-key, bro. He got it all.
And he'll let you know about it. That's the part I love most about him. He's gonna chirp all game long.
Ben Simmons doesn't. So you have to have Joel Embiid to do it.
And much like his jump shot, silent.
Hey, all he needs is a mid-range. He will get that mid-range in a couple years.
I could see him low-key unleashing it this year, occasionally.
Yeah, me too.
Occasionally, yeah, but he better not do it from the short corner. He better do it straight from the free throw line. He do it from the short corner. If it airballs and goes right over, man, that's gonna be on ESPN all day long.
Boy, that's gonna be on loop. That's gonna be my background. Just to see the ball just go over.
Not a
petty
bad
wop, yo. You so petty.
That's the thing about it. Talking about him like he's a bad shooter. He can actually shoot the mid range, especially open. Joel Embiid.
Hey, somebody mute Levi Mike again.
Shooting
You
three.
tripping.
He's
talking about Ben Simmons.
I thought,
Tripping. Hey, pull up his stats, Calvin, so we can hear this man stop talking.
Who? Simmons or Embiid?
Simmons.
Simmons or Embiid? Okay.
Simmons.
Go look
I
at
just want to know his field goal percentage.
Hold up.
Need to be banned talking basketball.
Okay, here we go.
Here.
Hey, bro.
I mean, so last year he put up 15 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 1.7 steals, and just shy of 1 block a game.
What's those shooting stats looking like?
He shot 54%. He shot 0% from 3.
He didn't shoot 1 3?
Because he knows he can't.
I thought he shot 1.
Hold up, let me see. I'd have to look at totals. He took 11 threes all last season.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to go on YouTube and just look up those threes. I want to see what it look like.
You're not gonna find that. I'm telling you, you're not gonna find that. That would be the hardest thing to find, bro.
He definitely pulled that 3 up on like some obscure team on like a Tuesday night. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
I guarantee all those were half court shots. All 11 of those were half court heaves.
They're just tries.
They were up by 20 at half. He was like, okay.
A little sky hook from half court. That's wild, man. 0% in 2018. That's something.
Hey,
that's like
better than 22% as far as I'm concerned.
That's the same thing as not DeMarcus Cousins. That's the same thing as DeAndre Jordan. That's not good at all. Wow. You a guard. Anyways,
I mean, wasn't he listed as a 3 in college?
6'10", bro.
Yeah, like wasn't he listed like a 3 or 4 in college?
He was a power forward, yeah, but he always put the ball in court.
Like, they have him listed as a point guard.
Yeah, because he's a point guard. Like, he's a point, like, he is a legitimate point guard. He is the best passer on the team. He's one of the best passers in the NBA. Like, it's not even close, actually. He's easily top 4, more than likely. And he just dribbles. Dribbles. He's pretty much a tall Rondo.
That's not a... I feel like Rondo had a better 3-point shot, which isn't saying much, but still.
A rookie Rondo?
I don't know about rookie Rondo.
Rookie Rondo was actually on the end of somebody's bench. The Celtics. Yeah. Like, he wasn't getting burned like that.
Well, the first year he got, PT, at least. I don't know, sophomore year? Freshman? Or, that's sophomore year. Yeah, his second year. I don't know his numbers, I don't know his stats, but I know for sure people was dragging off of him because it was blank, you know what I mean? So,
look, I'm gonna be real with you. As a Rondo fan, I did not care if he shot the ball whatsoever, bro.
I didn't either.
He ran that offense so beautifully. It had Steve Nash-esque passes, and I was like, okay, you can do whatever you want. Just don't shoot that ball. Don't disappoint me.
As he ISO'd Ray Allen out of the offense. You see Ray Allen said that?
I don't even want to talk about that. That's gossip.
No, no. Ray Allen. First of all, Ray Allen don't gossip. That's Ray Allen telling him what happened, and then he said with the Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers is like acknowledged that he saw it happen also, but did nothing about it. That's why he left. Allen, shut your dog up.
Hey, I'll pause and chill out, bro.
You pause what?
Don't worry about it. But, yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Wait, where's Levi at?
I don't even know what Levi doing. Found him.
I was looking up stats for Joel Embiid.
Hey, bro, get up out the screen, bro.
Question for y'all, if I might ask.
Wait,
what are you saying? But, okay. So, like, how do y'all feel with, about Kawhi Leonard and going to the Raptors and, like, their chances and everything?
Raptors have a chance to be one of the top, they're going to be top 3. Definitely. But they have a chance to be top 2. Yeah. Now, I have to see what Kawhi Leonard looks like, but from what I saw in the preseason before we started recording today, he looks solid.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I think they did just enough with that move to stay the same.
You tripping, yo. You tripping. You tripping.
No, Kawhi makes a huge difference on offense and defense. But what does not make a difference is the people around him. Last year was the
teammates better, unlike DeMar DeRozan.
What?
Kawhi makes his teammates better.
Explain to me how you came to that conclusion. I'm not sure.
Answer this question. So, in last year in the playoffs, who was holding LeBron James?
Last year in the DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah.
Was he?
Was he the fourth quarter when he was on the bench? I can't remember.
Oh yeah. And then what happened the years before that?
When they lost all the years? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to debunk your theory in 2 sentences. One, the first one is that LeBron James is no longer in that
they're saying LeBron's still in the East. It'll be tough for the Raptors. They'll have a better chance still, but they don't have to worry about LeBron James this year. So that gives them a big jump, and they can actually get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hold on, Calvin. Look up the percentage field goal percentage of the last year of Kawhi Leonard, and then look up DeMar DeRozan's, because I want to know if he's more efficient than DeMar DeRozan. I'm not quite sure, actually.
I don't know if he's going to be more efficient than DeMar DeRozan.
I have no idea.
Because DeMar DeRozan from the mid-range is something different, bro.
Kawhi's mid-range is also nasty, though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
And Kawhi's 3...
I don't think it's DeRozan.
Kawhi's 3 is knocked down.
Oh, yeah, he's going to beat him. He's going to beat him in 3-point.
But Kawhi's mid-range is probably just as good, if not better, than DeMar DeRozan's. DeMar DeRozan...
I can't give you that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
DeMar DeRozan is incredible from the mid-range, bro. Like, that's one of the only dudes in the NBA that, like, if he put in work in that mid-range, I don't got a problem with it. With that being said,
mid-range, I'll say Kawhi Leonard's mid-range. I'll say Kawhi Leonard's mid-range is just as good, and his feet work is better. So he's not doing everything off of pure athleticism. It's all skill. So, it translates into free throws and translates into other offensive, parts of his game. When DeMar DeRozan's just pure athletic and are using his pure athleticism, it doesn't translate as well towards other people and towards the rest of his game. So,
I mean, DeRozan has pretty nice footwork too, and you're also discounting the fact that Kawhi Leonard is so much longer than DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan has good footwork, but it's not like Kawhi though. You can't even acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that all there.
What was it y'all wanted me to look up? I forgot. I have the stuff here. I forgot that.
Kawhi Leonard's field goal percentage of the last season he played, and then DeMar DeRozan's field goal percentage last year.
Okay,
and see if you can find mid-range too. That's what
okay, I might have to dig a second for the mid-range, but last year DeMar shot 45% and 31% from the 3. Last year Kawhi was healthy. He shot 48% and 38% from the 3.
Okay, so marginal possible mid range. We're gonna see if we can find that.
I got you in this one. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. You might have me. We're gonna see. I'm a buy the book guy. We got to see these numbers, bro. Show me these numbers.
Look, all I'm saying is, when you saw what Kawhi did in that Memphis game, when they were in the overtime with him and Mike Conley going at it, I don't know if I've ever seen DeMar DeRozan do anything like that before in my life.
I'll give you that.
Just saying.
Kawhi Leonard's best is way better than DeMar DeRozan's best.
Oh, it's not even a question.
And mentally, we don't even know what DeMar DeRozan's best is because he beats himself up. Like,
Kawhi Leonard's best is he is a top 2 player in the NBA.
Exactly.
I'll give you that.
DeMar DeRozan's what? Top 15?
Maybe.
At best?
Yeah.
So I don't think I can find for mid-range, but the closest equivalent with 2-point percentage. Last year, DeMar shot 49%, and in 16-17, Kawhi shot 52.
Okay, you got it. We'll wrap that up.
Oh boy! All right, I got one. I got one win in the books today. I'm good. I can go to sleep happy now. I really can.
All right. It's getting about that time. So, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? All these injuries been happening since training camp start. I know y'all probably don't want to talk about injuries.
No, I don't want to talk about injuries, man. Also, bro, it's Saturday and it's Saturday night, bro, and I'm single, ready to mingle. So come on, bro, you hold me down.
Bro, you stop it. I don't even want to.
He said stop.
Hey, shut up, Levi. You married?
Oh, that's the worst thing ever. He gets to go home with his wife. Come on, bro.
He had to hit me with that though. Like, come on,
bro. Hey, look. He's about to go try what you can do at any given time. So, are you?
Can do what? Can do what?
He has a kid. What do you think?
Exactly. no wife's like, I got kid. Now we gonna do it again. Like, come on, man. Come on, now.
Hey,
Levi,
hey.
Levi, and speaking of basketball, Levi been boxed out for months. So we all know it.
Boxed out at work, man.
Hey, okay.
Boxed out at work.
Hey, Lily, stop. We go ahead and wrap this up. Hey, do y'all got anything y'all want to finish off with? What y'all doing this week for the Traveling Hoopers? What can we see from you folk? And please plug in your whatever you doing on the side.
All right, I'll go first, I guess. So not this week, but like once the NBA season starts coming up, every single Tuesday, an NBA game will come on TNT. You know, the tradition, and I'm going to give an in-depth analysis of what I believe or what I think about those games. So either 2 games or 1 game, whichever one it is. Also in November, I'm going down to Fisk University, and they got a new basketball coach, and I'm going down there to have an interview with him and have an interview with multiple players in the game. Yes, and multiple players on the team as well. So look out for that. My social media is 65 Wizard of Mo on Twitter, 65_Phil_Bill on Instagram, and PHILLPDIX on Snapchat.
Bill Dix. What about you, Calvin? What you got for us?
So, as far as not too much on the side, I have actually caught a couple games from the FIBA Women's Championship.
Okay.
Mostly just USA games because the other games require me paying money I'm not about to pay right now. That's been fairly interesting. The USA is like a USA team, of course. So you just pull another of the world's best players off the bench and destroy people.
Yeah.
But, and I'll have to check, who won today, because something I'm kind of hoping for is, a game between Australia and the US.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's, this, lady on Australia's team who's, has been averaging like 27 a game, I think.
Isn't that the same woman that, had the highest point total in WNBA history this year? I believe she was Australian.
I'm pretty sure she won the title this year, the scoring title, yeah.
Yeah, that was her. Liz Cambridge, I believe?
Yeah.
She was balling.
Other than that, I kind of like to keep tabs on, like, college ball whenever that starts up. And I'll give an analysis of Memphis' team, because at the end of December, I've already decided that I'm gonna go, like, me and my family are gonna go and watch this game, because apparently Fam's playing, Memphis. It's like, I expect Fam to get destroyed, but it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. Alma mater, I see you. Levi, what you got for us? Besides wiping your son's butt.
Right, I know, right? That's the father life, man. But I plan to eventually, once the season start, just tracking rookies, player development, and just getting a report on those guys, and and also college is also college players.
Okay. All right. And y'all probably don't know this, but I'm super involved with high school basketball in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I actually just came from a preseason tournament today. So much 3-point shooting and so much talent down here is crazy.
You must have big money because it costs a lot to get into them games.
It was worth it, bro. Like, and plus I'm cool with the coach down here, so I got a little bit of a discount. Bruh, I kid you not, one team I think they had like 15 players. Everybody's like throwing down crazy dunks. It was incredible. But yeah, I got something that's coming to the Traveling Hoopers later this week called the All Backup Team. And it's basically from every single position think of your all NBA teams, but it's just for backup. So that's going to be something nice. And I got our Texas edition of Traveling Hoopers coming up this Tuesday.
Hey, Texas, baby. Okay.
Yeah. But you can find me on Instagram if you want to waste your time at Ugly with a Degree.
Hey, accurate.
I don't like that. And then on Twitter, you can find me at AP_the_great_. And don't forget to follow the Traveling Hoopers official Twitter page at Traveling Hoopers. All right, guys.
All right.
I'll see y'all later.
Episode number 1.
See you later. Have a good night.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.